Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Simply Life here, and today is Good Friday. Yeah, so Sunday will be Easter Sunday, so happy Easter if you celebrate Easter. And going to do a whip and chat with you today, like I promised, at the end of part 9 of the picture of Dorian Gray. So we shall start with what I've been reading recently. Terry Pratchett, The Unadulterated Cat. This will be going up on my Vinted, so if anybody's interested. There is a bit of damage on the cover, but the damage doesn't extend, past there. It hasn't gone on to the actual hardcover of the book, which is good. So it was quite amusing, and yeah, I did enjoy it actually. So, oh, hang on, let me zoom out a minute. Like, better. There you go. That's better. That's better. There we go. So it was quite an amusing read because he is funny. Terry Pratchett. He is my favourite author of all time, and it is such a shame he's not with us anymore. So I read that. Only took a couple of days to read. Oh, bumped you. And now I am reading 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini. I assume that's how you say the name. But I haven't got not very far into this. Anyway, yeah, so I haven't got very far into this. It's okay so far. So when I finish this will go on my Vinted as well. There's if you want to pause and read that to see what it's about. So that's what that's about. Check my Instagram for updated pictures of the beaded dragon, but I will take a photo of it and insert it into here somewhere. And oh, I need something to go on the back of this, don't I? Hang on. There we go. This is the wizard. This is what it's looking like now. So this week I've been working on it. So his beard is more filled in and more beads in it, and this here is his hair. So I'll try and get some more done on it. Maybe today or tomorrow or over the weekend. So, I mean, it's over half done, so. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, this is where we've got to on the diamond painting. Since I've had the beaded dragon, I have lost all interest in diamond painting. Completely kaputted. The mojo has gone. But we have done a little bit. Okay, so I will diamond paint with you while I talk about a few things that have happened since I last talked to you. Which is not a lot, really, because, my life is boring. Like most people's lives. You go to work, you eat, you sleep, and you repeat. And you do a load of laundry, because laundry doesn't half pile up sometimes. Let's see. A couple of weeks ago, back in March, I think it was, me and Mum were driving along the main road, and there was water. Great big spouts of water shooting out from the side of the road on the verge. So that was interesting. And the water blokes were there, and one was sat in the truck and 3 of them were just stood near this water shooting out, talking as if nothing was happening. Oh dear. Weren't trying to fix it. I mean, they did fix it, obviously, because can't leave water gushing out like that. But that was interesting. I mean, by the time I drove the car back towards me, yeah, they'd got it all sorted and driven off. Oh, if you could please send all your thoughts and prayers to my neighbour downstairs. He went into hospital in March, on the 14th of March, and he didn't come out until the beginning of April. Now, this is an elderly gentleman who is not very well. Sadly, his heating system is on the fritz right now. So I don't know what the housing people are going to do about that. But, yeah, I think it was Wednesday last week at tea time. I mean, he was lucky I was in, but I heard him shouting. I was like, well, that's odd. What's going on there? And then I heard him shouting for help. I was like, oh God, oh no. So I don't have a phone signal here. So I just sent a text message to the housing people to let them know. And nobody's on call. They don't have people on call for that kind of thing, which is stupid, especially when you've got elderly people, you know, living in these places. But anyway, well, they said to go and ask a neighbour to see if they could go round and see if he was all right. I couldn't get hold of the neighbour that lives in the flat next to me, upstairs, that way. He wasn't answering the door. But by the time I'd sorted myself up to go out and knock on his door, I heard downstairs talking to the housing people, so that he'd obviously managed to get up and answer the phone. But they called an ambulance for him. So the ambulance turned up at, gosh, about 10 o'clock at night. Something like that. And he did not look well. I was keeping an eye out from the upstairs window. Gosh, he looked so pale. So worried about him. But I mean, the ambulance people couldn't get in because his front door was locked. So, I mean, even if I'd got hold of a neighbour to, you know, see if he was all right, we wouldn't have been able to get in. But anyway, the ambulance people did get in and took him to hospital. Although it took them an hour just to probably check on him, make sure he was stable enough to go in an ambulance, maybe. So, yeah. Not well at all. I don't even know if he's going to be coming back to his flat because of how unwell he is and the situation with his heating. Because he can't go back into a flat where there's no heating. Not at his age. I mean, he's what? In his late 70s? But he's definitely not well. So he would definitely, I think, appreciate all the prayers and good thoughts that you can send to him. Ooh, Tuesday was exciting. I was on a farm. We were, I don't know, about halfway through milking maybe. And the farmer comes up to me and says, "Are you scared of rabbits?" And I'm thinking, what? What's rabbits got to do with cows? Oh dear. So it turns out there was a baby rabbit that had fallen into the pit probably during the night, and it was huddled under the steps down into the parlour. So he said, would I like to go and retrieve said baby bunny and go and set it free? It's like, yeah, all right. Which made me wonder if he was frightened of bunnies. But no, I don't think he was frightened of bunnies. Oh, I wish I'd taken a photo. It was so cute, and the poor thing was so terrified. Oh, it was just the best thing ever to be able to hold a wild rabbit, like a wild little baby bunny. Oh, just that made my day. That made my year. I think that probably made my century, actually. Getting to hold a wild baby rabbit. I mean, that's not something that you get to do at all, really, unless you work for, I don't know, the RSPCA or something. So that was fabulous. I loved that, being able to cuddle a bunny. So I had to wait for him to finish putting the cows on that row while I was holding this bunny. And we both went out down the track, and he pointed to where he thought that I should put the bunny. So I put it down. Oh, I wish I'd taken a photo. I'm a little annoyed with myself that I did not take a photo. But I wasn't really thinking about photos. I was just thinking, put the bunny down, get back to work before he, lets cows out and what have you. Oh, I wish I'd taken a photo. Anyway, can't do anything about that now. Unless another baby bunny would like to go in the pit for me to rescue somewhere, or even back there again. And then I would take a photo then. I would make sure I took a photo. It's raining today. Yesterday was sunny, but it's been quite rainy recently. Definitely having the April showers, although a bit heavier than like a light shower. I think on Wednesday was torrential downpour. I mean, was it this Saturday? No, it was last Saturday. I was going to paint the garden shed, because these flats come with garden sheds. So I was going to, paint his garden shed for him to keep it, weatherproof. And mine at the same time. But what did it do? It went and rained the next day. I was like, right, I won't be painting the garden shed then. But there's like a raised bed by the garden sheds, and the lady who lived in this flat before me had planted rosemary and lavender and some other bits and pieces. Oh, and a heather. Well, I mean, the lavender was dead. I mean, she didn't look after any of the plants she planted, because she planted a few shrubs out in the grass, out in the garden, into the main area of the garden, and just didn't bother maintaining it at all. Like, didn't do any pruning to these big shrubs that she planted. So a couple of years ago when Mum was in Australia with my brother, I borrowed Mum's pruners and pruned back some of the big shrubs a bit, so that they're not like going over the garden fence and irritating neighbours, because we know what people can be like about that kind of thing. And then a week ago maybe, or 2 weeks ago, I attacked the raised bed and hacked the lavender right back, but it needs digging out because it's kaput. And I hacked the rosemary right back, but there's still more to be hacked back on that. But it needs something with more leverage on it than your normal pruning shears that are just like handheld. They need something almost like loppers, just to, either that or just dig the whole thing right up, because the rosemary has had it. And there's a buddleia in there. I love buddleia. That has to be my favourite plant. But it's only a small thing, so I think it needs to come out of the raised bed and be moved down the end of the garden, if that's even possible to do that. Because then it would have more room and it wouldn't be in an area where it's got a wall on one side, so someone else's garden, and then a wall on the other side behind it, with someone else's garden. So it's like, because it's like right in a corner, it's like two other people's gardens would be, if it got big enough, it would grow into two other people's gardens. So it needs to come from there, really. But we definitely need to paint the garden sheds when the weather is improved. I'll include a photo, I don't know, somewhere there or there, of what the raised bed looks like. I didn't take a before photo. I should have done that, but I didn't. So there we are. I will include a photo of what it looks like now. Mum gave me some marigold and... Hang on, I'll go and get them. So we have marigold and nasturtium. So those will find a spot, probably at the end of the garden, where he's put in a little raised bed area. So they're pretty. But they need to get planted, really. Yeah, the marigolds need planting outside now. Yeah, and so do they both need planting out now, really. So, need some nice weather to plant out some seeds for the garden. Make the end of the garden look nice. And if I can get the buddleia out and put that down the garden, down the back of the garden, then be nice down there. And Fred puked up a hairball the other day, like at night. I saw her starting to make puking noises. No, you don't see somebody make puking noises, do you? I heard her start to make puking noises. I was like, quick, grab her. So I grabbed her and I put her on the litter tray so she could puke in the litter tray rather than on my carpet. Don't always manage to be around when she does that kind of thing, or see her do that kind of thing. But luckily, I caught her this time and I was able to get her to do it in the litter tray. Thank goodness for that, because yuck, gross. Wish they wouldn't do that. It's the worst thing about cats is the puking. Right, let's move on from puking cats, because that's disgusting. So I hope you weren't eating while I was telling you about that. I do apologise if you were eating and listening to that. It's that time of year, people. Do your accounts. It is April, end of March, end of the financial year. The financial year ended on the 31st of March for everybody in the UK. So it is time for us all to do our accounts, if you are somebody that has to do them. I am somebody that has to do them as a self-employed person, even though I am employed as well as a cleaner, but because I am self-employed as a milk recorder, I have to do accounts, and it sucks, and I hate it. Although my accounts are quite, easy compared to probably most people's accounts. Thank goodness for that. Just take photos of invoices and send it to the accountant and let them figure it out. Yeah, so if you're somebody who has to do accounts, make sure you get those done. Because I think it says online that you have until the 31st of January to file your accounts online. Well, I don't wait until January. No, that is no. I don't want to be having a bill in February for accounts. No. No. And it's so expensive. Oh, sorry, I knocked you. It's so expensive to pay an accountant, and of course, because finances are tight, it's makes life very difficult. And because they're tight, you can't spend what you might normally spend out on for expenses that you could claim back for the business, to reduce the amount of tax you would pay the government then. I mean, I don't earn enough to pay the government tax. I just pay national insurance, so that when I'm old and grey, I will have a pension. So, but even paying national insurance is so expensive. Yeah, not even though I'm employed as a cleaner, it's like a part-time job. I don't even earn enough doing that job to pay income tax, or for them to pay income tax and national insurance on my wages. So the only national insurance contributions towards my pension is coming from my self-employed job. So that is the only contributions going towards my pension. Oh well. But I was looking into doing Twitch the last couple of weeks, and you have to have a microphone in order to be able to do Twitch, apparently. And Streamlabs, I think it said. I'm sure Twitch said Streamlabs. Something like that, in order to be able to do Twitch. But I don't know if Streamlabs is free. If it's not free. But I'm sure you could just do Twitch with just OBS, surely. If I could actually figure out OBS. But perhaps I'd be able to actually figure it out if I had a microphone that could, So I think the main thing I was struggling with OBS was the audio. But if I had a microphone, then that might, solve that problem. And then I'd actually have audio on OBS, and that would be good. If anybody knows about Twitch, please comment down below about Streamlabs and, or message me on Instagram and just explain things to me, please. Please explain things. Because then, if I could set up Twitch, I could play Fall Guys with you guys. I could play Fall Guys. That would be amazing. That'd be so cool. And I could do my stitching. And we could get this wizard done. Because I don't want to be staring at this wizard when I'm 50. No. No. If this wizard is still not done by the time I am, I don't know, 45, I might scream. I'm tired of staring at it now. Time to move on. And I think I will have that dragon done by the end of April, because that's just going by so fast. Although it's getting a bit awkward to do now, even with it in the frame. Just having to reach. It's getting to be a pain. But that would be so cool if I could do Twitch, because then we could, I don't know, chat to each other. That'd be so cool. And I've seen some really cool Twitch overlays, but that other people have done for streamers on Etsy, and they cost money. But there's a cute calico cat one for like $8.99 by somebody. I forget who I was looking at. Oh, and there is this so cute, adorable fox overlay with all the banners and stuff. Like a little sleeping fox, and I think it's like sat in a chair. Oh, so cute, so cute. And you can get animated emotes, and some like a VTuber. So amazing. Like, people are so talented. Like, to be able to come up with stuff to work on social media platforms is wow. All I can say is wow. To be able to figure that out and do that. And the art is amazing. Like, definitely nothing I could manage to draw or come up with. Well, except maybe the calico cat, because Fred is calico. But obviously calico is not a breed, that's just the colour of her hair. I mean, she would probably be a British domesticated short hair would probably be what she would come under as a breed. And she's sleeping in her radiator bed right now. So cute, so cute. Just waiting for the postman to turn up this morning with her food. So I thought I would, do this while we wait for the postman. If I could do Twitch, that would be really cool. Oh, and I finally caught Art of Bianca last night on Twitch. Oh, I missed her so much. Because I don't think she's got a streaming schedule on her Twitch homepage, so it's a bit difficult to know when she's live, which is sad. Because then, I miss her going live. She said the moose snail was cursed, and it's not cursed. I love the moose snail. She drew this was a while ago, a couple of years ago now, a moose snail live on Twitch, and I went, I want that. That's mine. That has to come over to me. So she drew another one, and I have it. I have it. I love it so much. It is up on my front room wall, framed. And I love it so much. She thinks it's cursed. It is... No. It's adorable. It makes me smile every time I see it. And I have a couple of other pieces of her art as well. In the kitchen, I've got the lemonade shark and the mermaid in a teacup, who I think is reading a book, possibly, but I can't remember. And then I have the kitty cat sat on top, or lying on top of some books, and the owl with the cherry blossoms. So, or I think it's Sakura. Yeah. So, cute. I love her artwork. She's so talented. She was doing Pokemon art on Twitch last night. And she'd drawn a Hey. Oh. The Hey looked demented. But then Hey is a bit demented. But I didn't get to finish watching all the stream because it was getting late and I had to go to sleep. So that was sad. But I left it running while I was drifting off to sleep. I should have just shut the computer down and just, pieced out and gone to sleep. But I didn't. I just left it running. And then sometime during the night the computer battery died, so... And then it was time to go to work this morning, go to my cleaning job. And then Monday morning I'll be going back to my cleaning job because I go there Monday and Fridays for the most part. Is there anything else to tell you? No, not that I can think of. I've been trying to catch up on Stitch Reister's videos recently. Sadly she's decided to stop doing YouTube for the minute. But she mentioned a streaming service that is free, and it's called Tubi, Tubi. So go search Google for Tubi, and it's free. Marvelous. Like, there's movies and TV shows on there, and I haven't explored it fully yet, but wow. So I've been watching Farscape because I love that. I love that show so much. Obsessed. But I watched seasons 1 to 3 on Amazon Prime because it was free. I wouldn't have been watching it on Amazon Prime otherwise if it wasn't free. So 1 to 3 was free. Kind of rhymes. On Amazon Prime. But season 4 wasn't free, as far as I could make out. So I'm watching season 4 on Tubi, which is free. Fabulous. I'm so happy that I actually get to see all of it from start to finish. I love that show. I used to watch that when I was a lot younger. Like Erin and John Crichton and Dargo and Chiana, and I love them. I love them so much. And Pilot and Moya. Just it's fabulous. Kind of sci-fi kind of a show. I suppose if you've never watched it, I should probably... It's about this guy, John Crichton, who goes up into space and gets sucked down a wormhole and ends up in a distant part of the galaxy in the middle of a firefight going on between some people, like peacekeepers and someone else. And he gets dragged into this fight and he ends up shooting this dude's brother. Or did he shoot his brother? I can't remember. He either shot down this guy's brother, although he was in a space shuttle, so that wouldn't have had the capability to shoot anything. Anyway, yeah, so this dude's brother ended up dead, and this dude ended up blaming John for his brother dying. And, you know, hunted him down, chased him across the galaxy. Usual kind of thing. And John ended up on Moya and making friends with Dargo, Rigel, and Zan, who was on the show at the beginning for at least the first 3 seasons. 2.5 seasons. Maybe. At least 2 seasons. And then Chiana joined the crew and Stark. And yeah, not Iron Man. Iron Man didn't make an appearance. No, Robert Downey Jr. was not in not in Farscape. And they go on adventures, and he falls in love with Erin, who is a peacekeeper, who was on Moya at the time. And she ends up, like, not being a peacekeeper anymore. So, just a great big love story between the two of them. And Scorpius. I don't like Scorpius very much. He is like part Scarran and part Sebacean, which is the... What's the word? What is the word? Words. I want to say breed, but that applies to animals. Race. That's the one. Race of people. Yeah. So he is part Sebacean, which is one race of people, and then part Scarran, which is another race of people. So his parents were probably one of each who fell in love, maybe? I can't remember. Or didn't love each other. Or maybe she was forced into it. And the result was Scorpius. And I think he was raised by the Scarrans. Anyway, twisted individual, that Scorpius. But you kind of end up empathising maybe slightly, maybe just a smidgen with him after what he had to endure. And he has to wear this, like, suit all the time, and cooling rods that have to go into his head to stop him from overheating. It's really gross. And he's always quite dribbly and drooly, and it's a bit... But I love the show. I love the show so much. And I forgot what colour this is. Okay. So I look forward to exploring Tubi and seeing what else is on there that I can watch. Probably just masses of stuff. I mean, it looks like quite a lot of thriller and horror type stuff, which I probably won't watch, because that's not my cup of tea. I don't do horror films. No. Although sometimes an overdose of romantic comedy can get a bit tired of that kind of thing after a while. If you're watching a lot of it, repeatedly, it gets a bit much after a while. And then it's like, give me some gore, give me some blood and guts, just to cleanse the palate from all the sickly sweet cooing that's going on. Where is it? It's like 10:30 in the morning. Oh. Right, well, I'll let you go there. And I shall see you in part 10 of The Picture of Dorian Gray. I wonder if we can get to the end of Dorian Gray by the end of the year. Hopefully. It's only 20 chapters in the book. And we're already in chapter 9, so... Right. Thank you so much for watching and listening. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I shall see you all in the next video. Bye.